Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Timothy here and I'll be taking you through my database management system. I'll open my presentation. So, database management system is a student information management system, and this presentation outlines the development, implementation of a robust student information system. We will explore the system's application domain, analyze its benefits and costs, identify user issues and risks, and dive into detailed database design. Again, it's Timothy Magumya presenting this presentation. So we shall define the scope, and this includes the application domain and benefits. The application domain, the system will streamline key academic processes. It will handle student registration, course enrollment, grade management, and attendance management. Analysis of benefits shall have the system will bring tangible benefits such as efficiency, better decision making, and enhanced data security. Addressing challenges, here we have costs and user issues. The project will involve tangible costs such as hardware, software, database administration, and training. Therefore, we will also have intangible costs associated with implementing time, potential disruptions with existing operations. User issues, potential user issues include need for training on system, use and resistance to change, to implement comprehensive training programs and communication strategies to address these challenges to the employees of a certain organization, in this case, a university or a secondary school. So here we shall have mitigating of risks, and here we shall have technical and organizational risks. Technical risks include hardware failures and data breaches. We shall implement robust security measures and redundant systems to mitigate these risks. Organizational risks include lack of support and budget constraints. So in the database design, you shall have the entities and relationships, also the attributes. So our entities, we shall have student, course, enrollment, grade, attendance, and the student entity will store student information about each student, including their name, ID, contact address. The course entity stores course, the course name, description, instructor, enrollment rules. The enrollment entity links students to courses they are enrolled in. The grade entity stores student grades for each course, and the attendance tracks the attendance records of students. As we can see from this diagram here, we have the entities, student, course, enrollment, grade, attendance, and these are our attributes: student ID, name, address, and the student, and their course grade. And to course, we have course ID, name, description, credits. Same applies to the rest. So here we will move to our SQL, where we are going to create our database from. We shall use MySQL console using one server, the local host on this PC, and we will develop a comprehensive set of SQL code and queries for managing the database. These queries will be optimized for efficiency and scalability, ensuring the system can handle large amounts of data and user requests. So here my presentation will end, and we will continue to opening up our SQL console. So I'll start by prompting it to show databases. The database is already created, and I'll try to show what the database includes. Those are the tables, and the data is in the tables, and we shall try to query the database and also try to create some new data, to input some new data in the table. So here we shall use the student information. This is our database that we are to use. Terminate to show database change. So here we shall show tables. So these are the tables that are in our database. So we shall have a description of each table, and that we shall use this description. For the first table, we have attendance, and the attendance, this is the description of our table. It has fields, the attendance ID, student, course, attendance date, and the data types you have integer, variable character with the length of 10. So the same will apply, the same description, the web describing will apply to the rest of the tables. So I'll just the tables. Shall go to the next one, which is course. Then shall describe enrollment. So describe grades. Also describe the last table, which is student. So these are the descriptions for the tables. You can see, and pause the video to view each of them. So what next, we shall view the data in each of the tables. So with that, we shall query the database as follows. Select all from let us start with student. This will be all the data that is in the student table, and here I'll give let us try to insert more data. I'll use the student table as an example of showing how we insert data into a table. So here we shall say insert into student, and here we will have to write the fields that the student has. So we have student, the fields that are in the student table. We have student ID. Remember that they have to be the same as they're in the table. We have name, we have addresses, then we have contact info, contact info, contact info. I'll close this and say values. So here we will be putting the values for the above fields, and we shall have values. We shall have for the first value with the student ID. So I'll say our last student had a student ID of 2023 BIT 020. So this one will be 2023 BIT 021, comma, and sorry, you have to put this. Inverted commas. (2023) BIT 021, comma. Have the next is the student name. Let me say Mugunya Timothy. Our student name, and the next will be the address, comma. The address will say Kampala. The contact info, comma. Contact info shall say 0. Then After that, shall have to close brackets. Let's try to terminate that and see if our data is input into the table. So you're having an error here that's showing that you have an error in your SQL syntax, the manner that corresponds to MySQL. So here, Gomia Timothy line 1, you can change that and you see is the error coming from. I think this is the error here. The error comes from here. So what was in time shall it shows query. Okay, so we shall again query the database to show the data. Let all from student. As you can see, our last from here was Ahumuza Nicholas, but right now we have Mugume Timothy as our last. So that's how we input data into tables. Where you use the statements of inserting to the table name, then the fields, then the values that you want to put under those fields. I think that's it. So we shall continue viewing the data under the rest of the tables. Our next table was show, select attendance, select all from attendance, select again, let's pull that from grades, show the data into the grades table. Same thing goes to course, and lastly the last table would be enrollment. So we shall say select all from enrollment. That would be the data in each of the tables that are under the database. So we shall do some little small queries here as we wind up to query this database, as the data was predefined, as I've explained how you can put data into the tables. So here we shall have some queries. For example, let us say a query that gets since Timothy was our last student, let us get from the students table, this table, all students that are from Kampala. So from that we shall select the field. We want the name, so we shall select name, from the table, which is student, where what's the field for its address, I think. Yeah, its addresses, where addresses is equal to, I have to put this into commas, Kampala, terminate. So this will bring the name of students that in Kampala from our table, as you can see from here, from the students table. We have names and the addresses. We have, this is one, we have two people, that's Mogomia Timothy and Gisha Octavius. Now we shall query it again and see. Let me get another example here. We shall say select enrollment date, from enrollment where student. You have to mind the fields, the field name. If it's a capital, you have to start with a capital. So here we shall retrieve the enrollment for a student in a specific course. This is what we are querying the database to bring us the enrollment date for a student in a specific course. And here we shall, for example, let me say, let me pick any student, 2023 BIT Mrs. 002. And we use the AND statement when you want to retrieve more than one, more than ID course ID. Let's select any course here from course. Let us pick physics for engineers. Physics for engineers. That into parentheses, then we terminate. So it shows the date from where the student ID shows that it's empty. Is it true? Student 002. Yeah, it's 002. Doesn't have that. Has enrollment in a different course. 002. Absent. It was absent for that course. So the database data is never wrong. So it will tell you that's empty because it was empty on that day. It was absent on that day. I think that's it for today. Please like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and we shall have more videos about creating databases and using SQL statements. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment your questions down in the comment section. Thank you for watching.